USB4 brings a lot to desktop and mobile computing, but what does it mean for embedded systems? Hi, I'm Moore from MCCI. Let's talk about USB. The USB4 specification can be a little overwhelming. 500 pages of specification, plus USB 2, USB 3, PCI Express, Thunderbolt 3, power delivery, DisplayPort. It's a lot. And after reading it all, you sometimes come to the conclusion, what's it for? Well, here's one way to look at it. USB 4 is really DisplayPort over Type C with a really great USB 3 sideband, plus a lot of other features. And it's really good for docking stations. Because it really enables the multiple DisplayPort monitors connected to the docking station, plus very high performance USB 3 support, plus all the other things you want to have. And it's all coming over that one Type C cable to your PC. So this is going to be very popular. But let's be realistic. It's really going to be a very hard spec to implement. At the electrical level, it's 10 gigahertz over copper. That's not so easy. The protocol layers require complicated new silicon, both in the host and in the hubs and even in the devices. The specification, the USB 4 specification, depends on the USB power delivery specification. And it requires a new software component called the connection manager. It's going to be a lot of work. And then managing some of these protocols like PCIe, which is part of USB 4, you got to be very careful because you don't want to accidentally expose system memory to a malicious device. And finally, because it's so complicated, there will be emergent issues that just come out of the unexpected interactions between the layers. So, because of all this, it's going to be in PCs first, because PCs are a better environment for managing this kind of complexity and deployment of new specs. But it still has some utility for embedded systems. I mean, one use that immediately becomes interesting is for debug and diagnostics. USB ports now are often in SoCs the fastest way to get data out of the system, and if there's an even faster way to move the data, that's going to be really interesting in development and test, particularly for the new advanced AI kinds of applications that people are doing. A more prosaic use is firmware download. When you're manufacturing a system and you've got a lot of firmware, you've got to get the firmware into every system. And a high-performance connection like USB 4 might be very useful for that. Displays are embedded systems of a sort. I think you'll see displays moving from just being USB 4 endpoints to being more interesting participants in the ecosystem, because there's lots you can do once you start having these very high bandwidth connections and the ability to be part of a larger ecosystem of devices. So if you're thinking about doing USB 4 in embedded systems, may I suggest that you talk to us at MCCI. We are the leaders in USB embedded system development, particularly for high performance. We have many firsts to our name. Our customers are constantly doing innovative things with our technology and our help. We also are the people to come to if you're just doing USB 2 or USB 3 and you have a family of products or a roadmap that needs a USB platform. So that's all I got for today. Thanks very much for your time and attention. See you next time.